The MVP race is very interesting this season. There is no clear winner as of now like there were in previous seasons, and we have so many amazing players deserving of the award. Taking a look at the MVP race so far, we see Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, and Rudy Gobert headlining the top 6. But at number 7, there is a player that should be much higher than 7, and that player is Luka Doncic. I have been going back and forth for who should win MVP this season. As of now, I have Nikola Jokic, but I've also made videos talking about DeMar DeRozan, Ja Morant, and Steph Curry's cases for MVP. There is so much fluctuation in the award races that I forget that I had Luka Doncic to win the award at the start of this year. Luka started off the season slow and got injured on top of it. However, he's really turned it up as of late and proved why we should at least put him in consideration for the MVP award. In today's video, I'm going to go over Luka Doncic's stats and playstyle, and I will talk about why he is deserving of an MVP candidate and why his rank in the MVP race will only go up. So let's get right into it. Doncic is putting up amazing numbers this season, averaging about 28, 9, and 9 per game, along with a steal, shooting 45% from the field, 33% from 3, and 74% from the line. While the efficiency is low, he is taking 22 shots per game, and most shots come unassisted and off of his own creation. One thing with Luka Doncic is how versatile he is on offense. He can work in the ISO situation because of his handles plus his killer step back, and he also works well in the pick and roll game because of his amazing ability to pull up in the mid-range area and his elite vision to dish it to the trailing big men. Doncic's offensive game in general is just a thing of beauty. Luka's scoring game comes from all 3 levels and plays with a certain type of finesse that not many other players have. He may not look it, but he is very quick and always gets the step against other players. His floater and step back and any other move in his bag is so deadly, and even when you know what he is going to do, he still finds a way to pull it off. Also, I believe that Luka is a top 5 playmaker in the league. With Doncic not having many other primary ball handlers on the floor with him, he's done an amazing job at running the offense and finding other shooters on the team. His skip pass, pick and roll bounce pass, lob pass, and no-look passes make it such a problem for the defenses because you can't double team him because no matter what, he will find the open guy for an easy basket. His vision is truly elite. His defense may not be extremely good, but at least he puts in the effort, always trying to intercept the pass and poke the ball out of the ball handler's hand. Overall, Luka Doncic is having such a productive and impactful year this season. Speaking of, another thing that makes Luka Doncic's game so special is his impact on the team. Without Luka, the Mavericks are, I guess you could say, a pretty average team, but Luka makes the players around him so good that he has made this decent Mavericks team a very good 39-25 record as of recording, which is the 5th seed in the West, and they're only 1 game behind the 4-seeded Jazz. This is the type of impact that you can expect an MVP caliber player to bring to a team, and combined with his near triple-double average, it boggles my mind as to why he's only 7th in MVP voting. I think the main reason Doncic is so low in MVP voting is because of his slow start to the season. In the games before his injury, he was putting up all-star numbers, no doubt about it, but the Mavericks were disappointing, and the stats he was putting up were disappointing in his standards. But since returning from injury, he's been putting up amazing numbers. For example, in his last 10 games, he's been putting up 34 points, 10 rebounds, and almost 8 assists per game, and the Mavs are 8-2 in that span. You can tell with Luka and the Mavericks heating up, his case for MVP will only improve because of those stats, plus he's been doing it on a winning basis, truly shows how good and how important he is to this Mavericks team because they're not empty stats. He goes out there, is the number 1 option, runs the offense, and these stats translate to winning games, which at the end of the day is the most important thing in basketball. So if you are still not convinced that Luka Doncic is truly an MVP candidate this season, to be clear, I do not think he is the MVP. I think that's going to go to Nikola Jokic because of the things he's been doing to the Nuggets. I still think he is truly an MVP candidate and should be up there with elite guys like Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Steph Curry in the ranks. However, I think there is still time for him to make his rise in the rankings. I now have 6 short reasons as to why Luka Doncic's case for MVP will only improve over time. We have not seen his ceiling yet. He's going to get better in these remainders of the games. And with these 6 reasons, I think we're going to definitely see Luka Doncic as high as 5th, 4th, or even 3rd place in MVP voting. So let's get right into the reasons. First of all is new team. Obviously, he's still on the Mavericks, so he can't be on a new team, but the Mavericks team around him has changed drastically to his benefit. The Mavericks traded Kristaps Porzingis at the trade deadline for Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie was the main piece in the trade, but they also got Davis Bertans and probably other things. But with the acquisition of Spencer Dinwiddie, this gives the Mavericks another primary ball handler, which gives Luka the ability to work off ball more and get open for more threes. And overall, it's going to help his efficiency, his stats, and overall his case for the MVP. Maybe the trade is questionable in the long run, and I think it does put the Mavs in a tough spot because now you don't really have that go-to big man. I think this makes Luka Doncic individually better, and at the end of the day, you have to have a good team around your star player that fits him. Reason number 2 is Luka Doncic's hot streak. Though Luka Doncic is already putting up amazing and historic numbers, he's getting triple-double after triple-double, these stats are actually going to get better by the end of the season, believe it or not. Like I already stated earlier in the video, his last 10 games he's putting up like 34, 10, and 8. And if he consistently puts up these numbers, his stats at the end of the year can look something like 29, 10, and almost 10. He could be averaging nearly a 30-point triple-double, and that's only going to improve his rank in the MVP race. Reason number 3 is the Mavericks are improving. The one thing you want in an MVP player is he needs to have a good impact, and you have to be on a good team. With this Mavericks team fitting more with Luka Doncic, like I just said, the team is no doubt going to improve. And since they're only 1 game behind the Jazz, I can definitely see them going to the 4th seed. I don't see them as the 3 seed, but I think they can definitely be the 4 seed and lock in that 4 seed. And at the end of the day, that's an elite team in the Western Conference, and that's the impact an MVP player has. So with the Dallas Mavericks improving, it's only going to help Luka Doncic's MVP case rise. Reason number 4 is he's a fan favorite. Obviously, the MVP voting comes mostly from the NBA media and fans across the world. So it's natural you're not going to choose Nikola Jokic if you hate the Denver Nuggets, and you're not going to choose Giannis Antetokounmpo if you hate the Milwaukee Bucks. But with Luka Doncic, I have yet to meet a person that does not like Luka Doncic. He's a fan favorite. He's so funny when he plays. I don't know. He's just such a cool guy, and I personally see him as a top 10 favorite player to me, and I think a lot of people can agree with that with me. So people are not going to have grudges against him, and you could tell there's going to be unbiased voting, and if anything, there may be bias in the Luka Doncic's favor. He's definitely going to get first place votes from Mavericks fans and any other fans around the NBA. Reason number 5 is Luka Doncic's defense. Luka has obviously not been an elite defender this year, but as of late, and in particular I talk about since returning from injury, the Mavs have had like a top 3 defense. They've been playing so physical, they've been playing so aggressive, and obviously their star player Luka Doncic is playing amazing defense. With him being the floor general on the defensive end now, I think that it's definitely going to help him. He's getting a lot more steals now, going for a lot more passes, trying to intercept a lot more passes, and he's not just playing lazy defense, and you could see that he rarely has defensive breakdowns now. So with his defensive aggression on the court only increasing, plus his stats on the stat sheet go up because he'll get more steals and he will get more blocks, I can definitely see it helping his MVP case. And the final reason is he always has big nights and nights that intrigue the media. Most people voting for the MVP I'm just going to say it. I'm not directing it to you. Most people are casual NBA fans. They look at the stat sheet. They look at the media. They wake up and they go on Instagram and they look to see who had a big night. And you can see Luka Doncic is constantly on the media. There's always people talking about how good his last night performance was. Oh, Luka Doncic just got a 30-point triple-double. Luka Doncic just scored 50 points. He always has big nights, and it's definitely going to get him some more votes because when you talk to a casual NBA fan, they'll see Luka Doncic. They always see that he's constantly having big nights, and I think it helps him get more votes for the MVP. Those are my 6 reasons as to why Luka Doncic is a dark horse for the MVP and why his case will only improve over time. To be clear, for the final time, I do think that Nikola Jokic is the MVP. Luka's not quite there yet, but I'm really curious to see how close he can catch up to him. That's going to wrap up this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe, comment down below if you can see Luka Doncic winning MVP. If not, who's your MVP? And I'll see you in the next video.